You've probably heard about people leaving American cities, but what you probably don't know is how bad it actually is and what the real causes are. Because despite what the pundits will tell you, it's not as simple as it may appear. According to this report by the US Census Bureau, from July 2020 to July 2021, the population of New York City fell by over 300,000. That accounts for nearly 3.5% of the entire city's population. But that doesn't even really capture how incredible this is. In some parts of New York, the population loss was much more severe. In terms of raw population, Manhattan was only surpassed by Los Angeles County. So let's put it in perspective. Manhattan has lost nearly 20 years of population growth in 12 months. But it wasn't just New York that suffered this sort of loss. All across the country, some of America's largest cities are losing residents at record paces. Los Angeles, Chicago, San Francisco, Boston, Oakland all shrank last year. The Bay Area of California alone shrank by 160,000 residents. Los Angeles County, also 160,000 residents. The question is why is this happening? And the actual reasons might surprise you, because pundits of all political stripes tend to overstate the importance that politics plays when it comes to gauging why people move from one city or state to another. But this time, it actually does seem to be politics. And you don't gotta take my word for it, just ask the people moving.
People are just bailing. There's a mass exodus out of California right now.
I'm leaving the state.
Leaving California.
Out of California.
Elon Musk has given up the Golden State for Austin, Texas.
Just look at the average taxes in states like California and New York versus Texas and Florida. What about average housing prices? How about regulatory burden? But here is the most interesting part. Many of the people that have decided to leave were actually perfectly fine paying higher taxes. In many cases, they voted for them. Why? Because it was supposed to create nice parks, good roads, great schools, and a wonderful place to run a business and raise a family. After all, they were told the taxes are merely the price you pay for civilization. But what happens when the high price you're paying for that civilization gets you more crime, homeless encampments, underperforming schools, and makes it impossible to run a business? Well, what happens is people vote with their feet. So when we look closely, we discover that people aren't leaving only because of regulations, or only because of high taxes, or only because of COVID, but rather, when they look around the country, they realize that despite what they were told, there seem to be plenty of other places that have nice parks, low crime rates, good educational opportunities, and affordable homes, and all of it without the excessive taxes and regulations. So the question is, now that they've left, will the policies that caused them to leave in the first place follow them to their new destinations? I'm Nick Freitas with the Y Minutes, and thank you for watching.